anybody who wants to be associated with Ramsey Clark, as far as I'm concerned, should lose his citizenship and be tried for treason. Now, I only agree with him in that Clinton doesn't care about people. He just...
Well, you know, I've been called a communist on this broadcast for questioning this NATO action.
Well, first of all, NATO shouldn't exist, Matt. NATO was an organization built to oppose the Soviet Union aggression in the Warsaw Pact countries. Once Ronald Reagan ended the threat of communism, it should have been disbanded. Bill Clinton has turned this into his personal bodyguard, his SS. And all these Democrats who suddenly love our military and the wonderful weapons Ronald Reagan gave us, when we have a left-wing, fuzzy-minded, one-worlder type Democrat in the White House, Clinton and the liberals talk about the humanitarian goals of this mission. Yet they opposed every policy of ours to defeat communism, a system that's responsible for the death of 300 million people in this century, those hypocrites.
And you know, this campaign about the Serbs as monster, I'm continuing to read this exclusive tomorrow about the rescue of this pilot who went down 10 miles away from his plane, the stealth. Get this, although the area around the rescue site was teeming with heavily armed Yugoslav troops, the rescue mission took no enemy fire. Now, we're getting the impression that these are savages, and these are people who are just shooting at everybody and their mother. Why, if they had the chance to knock us down and to knock our rescue effort for this pilot who was hiding in the bushes, who was bruised up, and we were coming in with the helicopters, why weren't they blowing us into smithereens? If this is a big question mark just reading this report, maybe they're not as savage as they're leading us to believe. Maybe this thing is not as black and white. I don't know. I'm not on the ground there.
Yeah, well, maybe they're not, but one thing I know, Bill Clinton is only happy that this pilot was rescued. He wouldn't take as much heat. He only cares about himself. But that caller before, I've heard him before. This guy is an anti-American two-bit skunk who hates this country, and I don't know why he stays in this country. He comes on with this machine gun style anti-American diatribe every night, and I'm sick and tired of him.
So he's finally got something to sink his teeth into.
Yeah, well, why does he get out of it? Let him go over to Kosovo.
Let him go anywhere on the planet right now. John in Boston, you're on WABC with Matt Drudge.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Monica, who remembers Monica now, right?
Wait, what was that? 2 weeks ago she was on ABC?
All I know is Clinton comparing Milosevic to Hitler is so bizarre. It's like Monica comparing herself to Anne Frank in her new book she's written. Pretty bizarre. I don't know if you caught that or not. But the fellow John who called in, I mean, I enjoy listening to him, even though he's got a different point of view. I think he's a brilliant guy, and I really look forward to hearing him wherever station he's on. You know, I got to say, though, it seems to me strange that Clinton has America supporting the Muslims here. You know, the Muslim world is supporting the Kosovars, the Muslims. They get not only supporting but siding with them. I'm sure Saddam is siding with them. We're on the same side as Saddam in this fight. I mean, it gives you kind of a warm and fuzzy kind of feeling, doesn't it?
I'm not there with you on that. I think there's a triangle forming between Serb, Iraq, Russia. I'm not sure we're in that triangle. I think.
You don't think Saddam supports the Muslims in this fight over there in Kosovo? I'm sure he does. I'll tell you this. Saddam was called Hitler. Milosevic is Hitler. I think they're on opposite sides here. It's kind of Hitler versus Hitler. You got to put your money on Hitler because one of them's going to win. But I got to say this and leave you with this thought. Henry Kissinger kind of has flip-flopped. He really wants the troops in there now into Kosovo. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they're going in. The troops are going in. And there's one benefit for Clinton. The more Americans that get killed over there in Serbia and Kosovo and all that, more American boys who go over there and fight and die. They're talking hundreds of thousands. The more single women will be back here for Clinton.
Well, that's you're sad it's not your words. There is a level of cynicism in this country post-Lewinsky, no doubt about it. It had hit me. I was rewatching a tape of the Barbara Walters interview the other night. Do you know the advertisements that ABC put on there? One was for 5 advertisements struck me during the Lewinsky interview. One was for Victoria's Secret lingerie. One was for Burger King featuring the song It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want to. Another ad during the Lewinsky interview for Oral-B Deluxe. Another one, a promo for the TV movie Cleopatra coming up in the May sweeps. Thank you, Jamie Tarses. With the following voiceover, when she was only 20, she seduced the most powerful leader in the world. Cleopatra, not Lewinsky. Number 1, Maytag's Neptune washing machine with the tag. It actually has the power to remove stains. Very, very interesting stuff. The blur and the storylines are jamming. I don't think they found a way to work in Kosovo yet on Madison Avenue. They're probably working on it. Peter Centerport, you're on WABC.
Yes, Matt. I just wanted to say something that if they had captured that pilot, he really wouldn't have been a hostage. He would have been a prisoner of war.
That's right, yeah. Well, this report, and I think you'll find it intriguing, it's a blow-by-blow on what was going on behind the scenes.
And it was a good thing, like, they didn't really say anything about what was happening
until CNN broke in, right. Until the Serbs put the video images up on the dish. But for 7 hours, emotional highs and lows, and I bet you they really thought they had lost him. Because the second one of these Serbs gets an American and starts dragging him through the streets, this dynamic changes. This no longer is a video game or a Madeleine Albright intellectual exercise. This becomes real flesh dragging through the streets, our flesh. This line of exodus, these immigrants, which they say are stretching 6 miles on some of these borders, that's got to touch your heartstrings.
Yes, it does.
I mean, that is, this is some serious history going down there. And, of course, you're torn. You want to help these people. I just don't know by bombing their country what that leads to.
And I do not think I would be one of those people who would go over there. I was one of the people who went to Vietnam. And thought if I learned my lesson there.
Well, I appreciate your sincerity. I'm not sure I'd go over there either. I guess I'm still draft age, 32. My vision's kind of screwed up, staring into the monitor all this time. I guess if I was called and Cohen said, you're going over, Drudge, we're putting you on the front line, do it for country.
Although I heard somebody say...
I tell you this, I'd wear the American flag on my shirt. I would put this NATO, this Lucifer star that they're all carrying around with them, this idiotic logo, and these blue helmets, which I guess are now passé. It's been placed over with the NATO cross. Looks like some weird combination of devil worship. I wouldn't be wearing that on my my fatigue. I'd be having the flag on there. You know, this is my country, and I'd fight to keep its freedoms. And if the powers that be, in some weird wisdom, thought going overseas, miles and miles away, to get involved in this thing, you're just torn. But you do want to respect your commander-in-chief. And I can't get past the dress or the cigar. I can't get past it. And when I look at him and I see him pointing this way, troops, it'd be a great relief if he were to lead the troops. You know, why?